Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online, and in today's video we are going to take a quick dive into the Abyss because, as you can see around the Dital system, we've got an incursion happening, so that does leave me with no great opportunity to explore at the moment. So I thought we'd just grab a quick calm exotic filament and see if indeed we do get loot out of every container. So let's use this calm exotic filament. The focus is on kinetic damage, so I have the Scourge Fury Light missiles as my ammo at the moment, and keep the kinetic drones in mind. Off we go into the Abyss. It's only a tier 1, should absolutely be no problem for my healer, unless of course they changed things up even more. And something that I do constantly have to switch back after I explore is to add the large collidable objects. Let's see if I can actually find it. Ah, there it is. So add large collidable structures, and now we can also actually target that stuff. So here we go. It's just a wave of small drones that should be quite doable. And what I like to do is to quickly go towards the cache so that we can orbit that. Target some more of these guys, and let's see how my missiles do. Ooh, that's not bad. Two-shotting these guys. That is pretty damn nice. And it is siege radius penalty. Alright, so we're a bit bigger, but so are they. So this is actually a perfect cloud for me to fight these drones in. And we'll just press approach. Next missile volley, it goes towards the cache. Like that. Return these to the drone bay, and that's definitely a very smooth and easy first room of this tier 1 abyssal site. Good news already. There is loot. So sometimes you would get full loot, three caches, 3 times loot, but it tended to be decently rare, to be honest. Most of the time you would only grab loot in like 2 containers on average. The one thing that I do want is more of these filaments, so that I can basically keep going within my tier 1, tier 2 zone, which is still what I'm doing. I'm really not willing to risk ships in the Abyss at this point. I personally feel like it's, you know, not in my nature to do that in PvE. Next up, let's go. We've got some Damavix. That is interesting, of course. These guys are a bit more dangerous. The flight time is 31 kilometers. And let's just approach the cache right away. We can also target that puppy. Yes, I can. And these guys, of course, also do remote rep. So we gotta keep that in mind. Although this one is being shot up quite heavily, quite quickly. So come on, there we go. First Damavik is down. Drones are doing okay. Let's use some more missile firepower here. There she blows. These guys are super fast though. They just roam around so quickly, and there they go firing at my shield. Love the localized shield effect. That just looks so good, and we really should keep approaching that. Let's do the missiles here. Have all my drones on the same Damavik. That of course makes most sense. That's the case. And yet again, we do have loot, but we also do want, I think, our missiles and our drones on the targets. These guys are so fast that it's not always easy to get on top of them. So that one is next. Let's start approaching the transfer conduit, as that Damavik does take quite a bit of damage. But you can see how quick they are. And then that constant damage that can ramp up. Yeah, for Tech 1 ships, this would be a challenging wave. For the healer that I am flying, it is not really a problem. All aboard. Let's grab the gate, and then we've got the final room. So again, we do have full loot right here, but no filament. That is actually pretty important. And then here, another 3 Damaviks. So this is actually an easier final room than the previous one. Engage, there you go. Also target this. Missiles are ready. Fire. Approach that. And yeah, this is working out quite nicely. So again, now they're hitting the front and then the back. Good God, that looks so nice. And then look at the background as well. Like a shattered quadruple, 4 objects or 3 objects that are shattered like that. Does look really cool. Let's put the missiles on the next striking Damovic. There we go. Let's blow up the cache. And then very well in control, but confirmed at this point. Well, it's the first run that I've done here since the changes. So I've not been too active into the Abyss. We do get a full loot, but we don't get another filament. That is a little bit disappointing. Alright, let's do a quick reload. Let's approach the gate while everyone is in. Let's do that. So plenty of time, as you can tell. And that's personally how I like my Abyssal runs. Safe, quick, efficient. And now with the better loot, that is not so bad. 17 Triglavian survey databases and 6 0-point condensates. Let's get back to our regular system. And well, that's only been like 6 minutes. Maybe we can do a second one and see how we do with the drops there. For science, you could say. Out we go. Right. Back in our system. What I do is we will dock up here. Drones are good, missiles are good. Loot is ready. And I should probably, since this Sancha incursion is pretty much beaten down, I do think by next week we'll be able to get back out there and do some more exploration, because I do want some extra testing to do. I still want some more time with the Ortrus, with the Explortrus. Absolutely love it. Would love to see how it handles 3 out of 10. And maybe also some other ships that are not normally so good. Like what I've tried to do with the Synesis there. Perhaps there are some other cool ideas that I can play around there. So let's look for that calm exotic filament. Let's put another one in here. Or maybe I should do a tier 2. Perhaps we could try a tier 2. Alright, let's do that actually. Do I have exotic so that I'm ready with the fitting? Yes, I am. There we go. So a tier 2 agitated exotic. Just gonna quickly check that this is indeed 4 kinetic resistances, which is absolutely perfect, of course, because we have the bonus to our missiles and we have the drones. So looks pretty good. Planet 4. Grab one of the moons and out we go. So that was a tier 1 confirmed. 3 drops from 3 caches, no filaments, quite unfortunate. Next up, let's take a look at a tier 2 and see what kind of enemies we get there, but especially, of course, what kind of drops we get from there as well. So off we go. Does look really amazing with the star like that. That's the moon. Yeah, Sancha does have some cool effects. So off we go. Let's drop out a warp. I always do like to move here just to make sure that I can use the filaments. Activate, and here we go. This, I personally feel like I'm like 99.9% sure that I'll be able to handle that without any trouble. And a tier 3, well, you never know in tier 3s. Things could go badly there. So at the moment, this is what I'm trying to get on a farm. So let's get these babies out. Let's. Oof, it starts right off the bat with rogue drones, and I do know that these battleships are quite difficult sometimes, just because they have so much HP. So I'm pretty happy that I've got a lot of DPS ready. And that is for kinetic, so that's good. That the Sala is down quickly. Next one. Oof, down very quickly. Next one. Let's do that. Let's also target the cache. Alright, good stuff. Let's go. Let's blow that up. There we go. And loot confirmed, so that's good. Let's go grab it. And then, of course, we've got the Overmind, which, as you can tell here, does do a decent amount of damage, because it is at 85%. I'm at 85% shields at this point. Is he stuck? No, he's also going to retreat away from me. So that is, yeah, a bit of a problem. You can see he's got enormous tracking and a lot of damage. Really good application, pretty much no matter the range. And these are only Triglavian surveys here again. A bit unfortunate, but all right. Let's get moving here. And the biggest problem for stuff like this is, of course, the sheer HP that it has. So I'm actually going to do a full load of missiles this time, just to get through the first room, I think. So my drones are doing all right, but yeah, it's a bit more work here. So we're going to keep chasing after him. A little bit claustrophobic. Well, no, you can actually see enough space to fly through that, but look at that, full missiles, and he's still only in a structure. So on top of that, he's somehow keeping that sliver, which means that his resistance stay up as well. And we're actually going to go back towards the gate at this point. 300, 245, yeah, not great hits. 425, a little bit better. Come on, guys. Or do I absolutely have to use even more missiles on him? I think I will. Let's go. Let's add these in here. So 557. There we go. That's what we want to see. An explosion. Alright, bring my guys back. And then let's go for room number 2. All aboard and move. Luckily we do gain HP very quickly. You can see that right there. And in room number 2, a big wave of small stuff. So let's definitely get our drones out. Let's take a quick look at what we got here. And spotlighters. I think these spark needles are basically the damage dealers. Oh, I do have to also keep one eye on like an AoE weapon or something. That is not the case, so let's go. Two-shotting those guys, that does feel good. And we're gonna allow our drones to do what they need to do. Here you can see I can basically take DPS off the field much more quickly and much more efficiently. And my shields are tested a lot less. So we are going to go after the cage at this point. And we're gonna target these guys. That one is next. Can target a couple more. And instead of slowing down like that, we are going to grab our loot. They decide to split up, so we're gonna help them out with some missiles. Like that. Awesome. Good stuff. Yeah, very, very nice application here from the Gila, of course. Shields 90%. And these guys are dropping like flies. So that is the advantage of the rapid light missile launchers. I'm actually going to do my reload at this point, together with the drones that can do a hell of a lot of damage on the smaller targets, like these rogue drones. Not that big battleship, that's a big DPS run that you have to be able to defeat, but on these small targets, absolutely blasting through them. Very good, that's how I like to run these. Next, final room, and my loot again, nothing too great, so that has me a little bit worried. Perhaps these drop rates have been lowered. Let's go like that. Let's approach this. Start targeting. Fire Watchers, Aegis Escort. Oh, okay, sleepers this time. Interesting. Let's see what kind of damage. So instead of having 2 volleys, I suspect we'll need some more. Ooh, and they've got... look at that wrapping happening there as well. Let's see if we can keep going here. Can my missiles dish out enough DPS? Despite wrapping? Well, it does mean a few extra volleys, for sure. Interesting. Still a single drone does a lot of damage. Add some missiles and those guys die pretty quickly. So again, small targets, absolutely perfect for this Gila. Let's grab our loot, start firing. Add another Fire Watcher, and well, we got a tier 1 Calm Exotic out of this. Okay, approaching the gates. And 87-85% shields, definitely quite comfortable as well. Yeah, those battleship spawns do tend to be the most dangerous part. If you're not in a ship that has DPS like the Gila, this is definitely the best Abyssal runner out there. Then you might be up against that battleship for quite a long time, have 2 or 3 of those spawns, and you might be up against the timer, which I am definitely not at this point. So we made it, got through there. Can confirm up until this point you get loot from all the caches, but only 1 filament out of 6 caches. That is not a lot. Still though, 295,000 ISK is not that much worth. That's gonna be it for this quick relook at the Abyss, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.